I gotta get this off my chest, bro. We gotta talk about this, bro. Like, I gotta get this off my chest, bro. Cause this is a problem. I don't care who sees this or how anyone feels about this. Cause I just gotta say this before I like lose thought about it. It's kind of crazy because it's crazy when an Olympic wrestler in DC even says, "Yo, this is supposed to be the BMF." Like, I'd expect more striking. You feel me? And like, you got John Anik and Joe Rogan, you know, trying to tell him like, "What you talking about? This is an absolute domination. This is Charles Bronson in his absolute perfect form. He's never been healthier before." And that's true because I'm not gonna lie, Charles looked very healthy, looked very dialed in this fight. Like even before the fight even started, like Max did not look like he was ready. But even then, it's like it's the BMF. It kind of sucks given the fact that Max has been in the game for so long that he hasn't evolved in his ground game as much, but he did a fantastic job in avoiding submissions against the best submission artist in the game. But nonetheless, and again, it's like, bro, one thing about the commentary with the UFC panel is that sometimes it can be very biased, and sometimes it can seem very one sided, right? Like they're like, oh, Charles is getting the better of these exchanges when they strike as well. So it's like it's not even that Max is even a threat standing up, and that's not even true. He was. That's why Charles kept shooting the takedown. Charles was being smart though because he was blitzing forward. He was attacking with a variety of punches. Charles had the reach advantage, so he utilized that as well, and he set it up perfectly for a takedown because Max was just trying to stick and move. Charles just had a game plan set, and one thing's for certain is that I truly feel like Max's camp failed in this fight for sure. And the reason why is because his team had no advice, no advice for him. Like his team had no advice for him. Every single moment that Max sat down and after a round, his team just kept talking straight bullshit to the nigga, bro. Just bullshit. You got to come in there with anger. Give him some strategy, right? Like Dean Thomas said it himself. Like if Max was to sit in the middle and sit on his punches, maybe the fight could have got different, and that's exactly what could have happened, right? Because guess what? That's exactly what Ilya did to knock out Charles Oliveira. Guaranteed, if that fight lasted any longer and Charles decided to wrestle with him, Charles would definitely beat Ilya in my opinion. Charles was too big. Charles was too strong. He definitely could have beat Ilya in that fight. But he decided to trade with Ilya in that, and he paid the price for that. Ilya is a smart fighter. He saw the opportunity and he took it. Max, he didn't. Max was too afraid to exchange with him. He saw the reach advantage. He saw the opposing figure in Charles Oliveira, given the fact that he can wrestle, he can grapple, and I think he just cowered away. You feel me? And his camp, his team did nothing to help at all. You know what I'm saying? Like coming to the fight, Max looked very nervous. During the fight, Max looked very nervous. At the end of the fight, Max just looked devastated, and I just feel like he wasn't at his A game in this fight at all. And Charles was just at his peak. This is a crazy win for Charles Oliveira, and I feel like obviously this just goes to show the levels in this game when it comes to the wrestling, the grappling, the ground game itself. It's just like this is a different ball game we're talking about. Like striking is just not at its peak anymore, right? If you got these guys that are really good at the ground, it's just like it's over with. It's over with. Like we can't see stars like Max Holloway shine for too long. That BMF belt, I really expected a war to happen. I expected to see blood. I expected to see a 10-second fight. That terrible 5-second exchange. Justin Gaethje sitting in the crowd, him being the current interim lightweight champion. It's just like, man, like what the fuck has happened to the sport right now? Like this is such a crazy time, but it's like, damn, it's like we keep seeing likable guys, incredible fighters, just like seesaw away in different parts of the rankings and shit. Like one minute they're here, one minute they're there. You know, it's just the same shit over and over again until somebody decides to change the weight division. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, Ilya's coming back. He's gonna fight Gaethje. What happens then? Ilya's gonna fuck up Gaethje. We know that. We know that, right? What's gonna happen then? Who's Gaethje gonna fight? Is he gonna fight Max again? Like, what's gonna happen? It's gonna be the same thing going over and over and over again. Who is Max gonna fight next? Charles Oliveira is the BMF right now, and obviously he's the best looking lightweight that we have right now. So who is he gonna fight next? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna get the winner of Ilya Gaethje? And even then, it's just like, all right, if it's Ilya and Charles again, what's gonna happen now? Now we're talking, because now we have Charles. Now he might actually threaten to do some takedowns, do some jiu-jitsu, use his size, use his length, get Ilya out of there maybe, you know what I'm saying? He probably would, you know, and maybe that'll become for a better fight. If Charles uses his length in this fight in the ground, he can use those elbows like he did on Max. He can definitely smother a small ass nigga like Ilya, you feel me? So it's like, I feel like that fight definitely would be a good fight, because I know that Charles could definitely come out there different. But as for the rest of the division, what's going to happen now? You know, like, again, like, we have Patty, right? Who the fuck is Patty going to fight next? Right? That was a terrible performance I feel like he had against Justin Gaethje. Showed a lot of heart, but no head movement, no fluidity at all. Just stiff, stocky, and just allowing so many slips and mistakes from Gaethje to happen. Not utilizing that sidekick to come up and just hit him in the head every single time that Gaethje did his head off to the side. Never utilized his length at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do we have next? Max versus Patty. How would that fight turn out? You know what I'm saying? Do we want that? Do we really want that? That's the real question. You know, the lightweight division is at a crazy point right now. All right, and even with Islam leaving right now and being the welterweight champ right now, it's just like so many crazy opportunities have been off the table. We have Armin Sarukian there, and it's like, what's going to happen with him now? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing all these side quests, you know what I'm saying? Winning wrestling matches and shit, beating guys on steroids in wrestling matches and shit. It's like, can we see Armin Sarukian just dominate already? You know what I'm saying? Can we see another Charles Oliveira, Armin Sarukian fight? Can we just see Armin Sarukian possibly dominate Ilya? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we not seeing the valuable fights? You know what I'm saying? Why are we not seeing the entertaining fights occur? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is insane. Like, stylistically, this fight was just terrible, right? Charles Oliveira, we all love him. Max Holloway, we all love him. Fan favorites. We wanted this fight because we expected a war, right? We expected punching, exchanges. We expected a crazy all-out brawl. We expected the point down 10-second fight. We didn't get that. We got an absolute domination on the ground, just like Hamzat DDP. And it's like, what are we doing here, right? It's an incredible display of your skill, of course, and your experience. And again, Charles Oliveira is an incredible fighter. Like, the amount of time that he had in the game and how incredible his striking got over time, it's just like, it just goes to show that MMA, when it comes to skill and MMA, you see the growth rate in MMA fighters in comparison to boxers, it's insane, right? Like, with boxers, it takes years to harness that craft, and of course it's because it's a different striking pattern, right? There's a lot that goes into boxing, right? When it comes to your footwork, your head movement, your timing, understanding range, picking your shots, right? You don't have to always worry about too many things like what you do with MMA, and that's why MMA is so hard, because harnessing all of that information, right, and to be able to do that against guys that are masters at striking like Max Holloway, it's like, fuck, man. It's like, what are we seeing right now? Like, Max Holloway is one of the most impressive strikers I've seen in the sport by far, right? Like, these are guys that are 5'10", 5'11", right? You know, that seem so big. You know what I'm saying? Seem so huge when it comes to these fights because they're just so powerful. Every bit of power that they have in their hands, given the fact that these guys are truthfully walking around at like what, 170, you know what I'm saying? Realistically, they're not the hugest guys there, but their skill set is just insane. And it's like, to see a guy like Charles Oliveira, who had a reach advantage, not a height advantage, but just absolutely just demolish Max when it comes to strength, when it came to skill, when it came to just IQ, Max fought well in terms of not getting submitted, but it was way too close. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if fights are going to be like this moving forward in the UFC, how how entertaining will the sport be? You know what I'm saying? Because remember, Dana White said it himself. This we can't sit there and hate too much on the casuals for wanting to see all out brawls when this is literally what the UFC is built off of. We have to understand that for a second. Let's just sit there and just think about it for a second. The UFC is based off of casuals. The UFC is based off of sloppy, crazy ass fights. That's what the UFC is about. The reason why the UFC is here is because of what? Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin. These niggas suck. Forrest Griffin sucks. Rest in peace, Stephen Bonner. I won't talk on his name. That fight was an absolute sloppy bar fight brawl. But yet that saved the UFC. Dana White said it himself. I sell holy shit moments for a living. Right? So when it comes to fights like the BMF, again, it's crazy when a Olympic wrestler in DC is saying, yo, I'd expect more striking going on in a BMF match. And we got Joe Rogan and John Anik saying, what are you talking about? It was an absolute dominant. What are you talking about? This is the amazing display of skill with Charles Oliveira. It's like, you got to understand it, though. If DC, the main person that's always vouching for wrestling, maybe it's because he's a little bit biased because he's close personal friends with Max, but it's like, if DC is saying, yo, I'd expect more striking going on in this fight, it's like, come on, is he wrong? And DC's wrong in a lot of things, as with Joe Rogan, but still, is that a crazy thing to say? Maybe it's because we love Max so much because of what he was capable of doing, but truth be told, I personally think we could have saw more striking here. Max definitely could have won a lot of the exchanges if he had just sat in the middle and just sat on all of his punches and utilized his combos a lot more. Max is extremely fast, has a lot of power, and he can sit on his punches really well. That's why he's able to win those exchanges in the last 10 seconds. That's literally what he's good at. So why did he not utilize that in this fight at all? He was afraid of the pressure. The pressure got to him. The BMF belt got to him. He didn't have, I'm not going to say too much, but he didn't have what he needed in this fight at all. And Charles had everything. Charles had his family there. Best shape we've ever seen him in. Charles looked incredible from start to finish before he even got in that cage. Max, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here when it comes to the lightweight division, or when it comes to the UFC in general? When it comes to these guys that are incredible at grappling and their ground game, and they're just so dominant, and what are we going to do? Fuck, man. Like, honestly, damn, bro. Like, I don't even know, bro. This is just a devastating thing to see. I love to see Charles Oliveira win any day of the week, but it's also just devastating to see an incredible fighter like Max Holloway just look terrible. And again, it's just like, it just seems like a domino effect. We see Charles Oliveira get dominated by Ilya. Max Holloway get dominated by Charles Oliveira. We see Justin Gaethje get dominated by Max Holloway. And it's like, what are we doing now? It's like, either we have lightweight guys that are either dominating one guy or getting dominated the next. Shit, like, this division is so dicey, bro. This division is just so, it's just such a ball game when it comes to this division, because it's like every time we see an incredible fight go down, it either ups a fighter's stock or just completely plummets it. One fighter goes up, again, like I said, it just goes, one person goes up in the rings or they go down. It's just up and down, up and down, up and down. We're not seeing any growth when it comes to newcomers in the lightweight division. We have guys that have been in the UFC since what, 2011, 2010, 2012, like, that are still at the top. Guys that are in their 30s, almost pushing their 40s, still at the top. You feel me? Like, what the fuck are we doing? You feel me? Like, why are we not seeing growth? And it's like, it's because the experience level when it comes to grappling is never going to be defeated. Jiu-jitsu, when you play the game of jiu-jitsu, you are going to get destroyed by anyone that has more experience than you, and that's a fact, especially if they're stronger than you. Right? When it comes to jujitsu, there's reason why guys like Royce Gracie, you know what I'm saying, Rickson Gracie, all the Gracies were so dominant. They didn't need to get punched in their face at all. They knew what they were doing. They have years ingrained in this shit, and this is Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and this is what Charles Oliveira fucking does, and he just dominated Max Holloway. And it's like, if things happen like this, and as Charles Oliveira gets bigger, stronger, maybe he hits harder as he gets older, he's gonna be even more dominant in his division. This is, fuck, man, this really might be this nigga's division. It's like, fuck, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? This really might be this nigga's division. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I have no clue. So it's like, Max Holloway, bro. Absolute domination. Justin Gaethje in the crowd, about to fight Ilya, might be an absolute domination again. What are we gonna see next? What are we gonna see next? Personally, I feel like we have to prioritize the holy shit moments, and it might seem like a dishonor to the skill that you have to display in MMA, of course, because it's like, we're not gonna sit here and just play by your fucking rules. Like we gotta do whatever it takes to win. I get that, but it's like, fuck, like, to just see like just somebody getting mauled on the ground the whole fight, is that really entertaining? You feel me? Like, it's entertaining when it gets to you throwing them elbows in, utilizing that GMP. You know what I'm saying? And like, maybe somebody gets back up and then you guys are back at it again. But it's like, damn, if you look back at that fight with Hamza and DDP, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. DDP would have slept. He would have slept Hamza if they decided to stay on the feet. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Hamza got fucking lucky when he rolled those punches, when he slipped just ever so slightly from those uppercuts from DDP. It would have been over with. It would have been over with. DDP hits hard. He's a big physical guy. If Hamza just stayed on the feet just a little bit longer, DDP would have mauled him. But no, he utilized his strengths, of course, and defeated him in the best way he knew how. Is that good for the sport? This isn't boxing, this is MMA, but is that good for the sport? Right? Like, that's why I'd rather tune into RAF, you feel me, if I want to see wrestling. When I come into a UFC fight and I see guys that have amazing striking, I expected an amazing striking exchange. And of course, avoid the head damage, avoid the brain damage, avoid the CTE. I get that. But fuck, that's what defense is for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what defense is for. Slip those shots. You don't want to get the head damage. You don't want to get CTE. Slip them shots. You don't want to get CTE. Block them shots. Parry them shots. Counter something. Knock them out faster. Do your job. You know what I'm saying? That's what boxers do. You think boxers got a choice of whether or not they got to get CTE or not? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, think about that for a second. If MMA is such a gritty, crazy sport, and it takes so much mental fortitude, it's like, if people always want to have that one up, if MMA fighters always want to have that one up on boxers, it's like, have that one up and understanding. You guys say, oh, boxers only have punches. Like, that sucks. Like, you guys only are good at one thing. But think about that, though. Think about how crazy that is, that you're limited to such a singular thing. And it's based on solely skill and hopefully power, to where you have to be the absolute best. You have to be so on point to avoid getting knocked out or dying, because the death rate in boxing is insane. Think about that for UFC, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, a lot of guys can just grab a guy, toss him down, and just sit on him for the whole fight and win. If he's bigger, if he's stronger. Guys can do that. Francis Ngannou did that to, what's this guy's name? I don't even care. The guy from the PFL, right? Like, Francis Ngannou did it to him. Francis Ngannou, are you serious? Come on, bro. Are you serious? Like, and again, with Cyril Gane, like, bro, what are we talking about, bro? It's like, Francis Ngannou is big. He's strong. He's heavy. That's why he can get away with jumping on guys' backs and just sitting there and then ground and pound them until they're gone, right? If you're stronger, if you're bigger, if you're more physical, you can definitely just wrestle a guy the whole fight. But what makes the fight profitable, what makes the fight more engaging to watch, like what makes the fight more entertaining, is to see the skill, the striking. We are watching a fight, Ultimate Fighting Championship. It's not Ultimate Wrestling Championship. It's not Ultimate Grappling Championship. It's Ultimate Fighting. And yes, do whatever you got to do to win. I get that, but fuck, like, come on, bro. What are we doing? Are we gonna see crazy holy shit moments like Dana White said? I mean, come on. What are we doing with this White House card? What the fuck is that White House card? I mean, bro, come on. Let's be real. Does anybody really like the White House card? Does anyone truthfully like the White House card? What the fuck is that card, bro? Like, I gotta look back at this. So obviously, a lot of people already knew. Like, it's Alex Pereira and Cyril going. A lot of people knew that was gonna happen. John Jones kept hinting at the fact that he was gonna get a fight at the White House card, and from what I heard, they're still in negotiations of like adding fights and taking fights away. And against the UFC, so they do that all the time. Like they've done it with this fight as well. It's like they'll always change fights last second too. So it's never guaranteed that someone's gonna fight, especially given the fact that that fight is happening in a couple of months. So it's like more than enough time, you know. But overall, it's just like that fight in general. It's like all those fights in general. It's like, do we really fucking want that, bro? Like, and what the I don't know, bro. Like, just the UFC itself. It's like I've been seeing so many dicey outcomes happen, and it's like this sport is so unpredictable, and it's like, are these holy shit moments gonna come yet? You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna come yet when we have these fucking wrestlers here? You know what I'm saying? Like, just taking up the spot. Hold on, let me see. UFC Freedom card. Let me see what the card looking like again. UFC Freedom. Yo, where's it at? I know Diego Lopez is fighting in that shit. All right, boom, right here. All right, so hold on. So let's look at this card real quick, cause this is just some shit, right? So let's look at this shit real quick. This is the card real quick, and I don't know if anybody fucks with this at all. I don't. I don't, bro. Right? I don't. So we got Gaethje and Topuria, right? We got Gaethje and Topuria. We all know how this fight's gonna go, right? But again, like, we all say this with guys like Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje. You know, these are guys that are absolute dogs, got a lot of heart, hit hard, you know, volume strikers. It's like, they can definitely pull a rabbit out of a hat. You know what I'm saying? But, right, realistically, what is Gaethje going to do when it comes to the wrestling? Gaethje is a great wrestler. Have we seen that? No. People always say, Gaethje's a great wrestler. He can definitely hang it with certain guys like Ilya. Gaethje is not an offensive wrestler. He's not. When have you, tell me, when have you ever seen Gaethje dominate offensively in wrestling? Gaethje is better with takedown defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a wrestler, a true wrestler in a sense. He's not a true grappler in a sense. This is where Ilya dominates at. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, fuck, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? This is where Ilya dominates at. Ilya is a Greco-Roman wrestler originally, jiu-jitsu, then boxing, kickboxing, then boxing. And he's perfected his craft, seemingly, in most of it. This is not a close fight. This shouldn't be a close fight at all. So it's just like, fuck, what's the point? What's the fucking point? Right? For me, this is how I felt about Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier for the last one. Dustin Poirier beat the shit out of Max twice, submitted Max. It's the only person to submit Max, right? Guess what? I still knew that Father Time was gonna come for Dustin Poirier and fuck him up that fight, and the pressure was gonna get to him at his hometown or in just Louisiana in general. Like, yeah, bro, come on, bro. I knew that shit was gonna happen. This is how I feel it's gonna happen. Like, look at this. This is the White House card. Justin Gaethje loves to fight, so I feel like he might go out there and just give it his all. But this nigga is infested with CTE. Just look at the forehead, bro. Just look at. Come on, bro. Fuck. This nigga's infected. He's fucked. Like, bro, this fight could be really bad. He has a great chin. He hits hard too, but man, if Max could catch him in an exchange and sit on his punches, what the fuck do you think Ilya could do? Domination, I think. Now this I like. This I like, right? I don't like Pereira versus John Jones. Not now, at least. Let me see Pereira win a fight in heavyweight, and then we can do that. That's why I like the interim. You feel me? Having Pereira possibly as an interim heavyweight champion, I love that. Against Gane, I love that. Because who else is going to be his biggest threat here, right? I used to fuck with Tom Aspinall heavy. I'm losing him. He's losing me. I'm not really a huge fan of him as of right now. It's not necessarily because of the eye poke. It's just, I'm not gonna get into it, bro. But personally, like, he's not as exciting as I'd hope. Obviously, you can blame most of that on John Jones being so stagnant with fighting in heavyweight. But I just feel like even Dana should have just utilized him a lot more. We have a very big knockout threat in Tom Aspinall. And that fight, the way he came out with Gane, I just didn't like it. People said, oh, the disparity wasn't even that big in the first round. You see a little bit of blood and you think that Gane is going to win. Bro, I feel like mentally, Gane had that fight in the bag. I feel like maybe as the fight would have went on, if Gane gassed out, okay, cool. Maybe Aspinall would have won. But Aspinall was already huffing and puffing because his nose was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Gane already pieced him up. I feel like Gane could have definitely just worked him even more. Like, just blitzing in, coming in and out every single time, utilizing that crazy-ass reach he had. Gane, he came out there to fight, and he did a great job against Tom Aspinall. He's big. He's 6'4", Tom Aspinall is 6'5". Fuck that. Gane is 6'4", but he's really a 6'6" demon, right? Like, when he's fighting, he's 6'6". He just, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that shit. So it's like, bro, he utilized everything he needed against Tom Aspinall, and honestly, like, I would have hated to see, you know what I'm saying, Pereira versus John Jones or Tom Aspinall. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this fight is good. I feel like this is a kickboxer-friendly fight. I love to see this, right? I feel like Gane could definitely put it on him. And I feel like Pereira has the knockout power to take it there. Bro, come on. Pereira at heavyweight, like, us not getting that would be a robbery, right? Like, the fact that DC was able to fight at heavyweight, like, if Pereira never fought at heavyweight, that would be a crime. So I actually love this fight. I actually wanted this fight. I feel like if John Jones could handle the power of Pereira, just seeing John Jones be so technically savvy against Pereira, would that be fun to watch? Seeing John Jones run away from Pereira, possibly, would that be fun to watch? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. Like, I want to see this. I want to see kickboxing. I want to see power. I want to see domination, right? I want to see a great heavyweight fight in Pereira and Gane, and I feel like that's what we might actually get. Just know that we definitely don't run the risk of seeing a boring wrestling fight, that's for sure. Now, this is some bullshit. Fuck this fight. What the fuck is this, bro? First off, this motherfucker doesn't even deserve to be here. This nigga doesn't even deserve to be here, bro. This nigga does not even deserve to be here. Put Cheeto here, and let's get another fucking fight in these two, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Who else is more fucking American than Cheeto Vera? I feel like that's the fight I feel like that was supposed to be the fight in O'Malley and Cheeto, but then they gave it to Zahabi. Fuck that. Terrible. 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 I hate this fight. Right? If O'Malley beats Zahabi, cool. Nice. Awesome. Wow. Great, I love it. But who gives a fuck? I don't want this fight. Moving on, right? Fuck this fight, bro. Right? Give me anybody else. O'Malley at the White House card. O'Malley at the White House card is a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer, obviously. So I'm not mad at O'Malley being here at all. It's just that the opponent, fuck man, like, come on, bro. This I'm not mad at, but it's just because realistically, bro, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He was supposed to be here from day one. You know what I'm saying? Like he was supposed to. Michael Chandler was supposed to be here from day one. It wouldn't have been the same if he wasn't here. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. I like this fight, but we just know that Chandler is just not gonna win though. Like it's like again, it's just like what's the fucking point? You know what I'm saying? Like realistically, like can we just look at the gap, the skill gap, the disparity in these fights that we have in this card? This card is ass, and it's like for various reasons, but primarily because of the skill gap. And so, if we just saw Max Holloway get dominated by Charles Oliveira because Max Holloway does not have the ground game like Charles Oliveira, what the fuck do you think is going to happen when you have guys that are superior at certain things than other guys and you match them in a big fight like this? Topuria has everything over Gaethje. Gaethje might have power, possibly. Nah, I don't think so. But he definitely has size. But no. Doesn't have none of the wrestling, jiu-jitsu, or the boxing that this nigga has, right? The low kicks, though. Here's the thing, though. The best way to beat Ilya, right, is to fuck up his legs with low kicks. And if anybody can fuck up Ilya with low kicks, it gotta be this guy. But I don't know. Who's to say that Ilya didn't train for that neither? Who's to say that Ilya didn't study this nigga for that shit neither? If Gaethje gets to missing those low kicks, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit, right? It's whatever though. But no, this fight, like, come on, bro. The gap is crazy, bro. And then this fight, this is the only good one here. Two big kickboxer guys, 6'4", hard hitters. I love this fight. This is a good fight. This fight, bro. Fuck this sloppy doppy ass nigga. This fucking whatchamacallit, parking lot inflatable. You know, at the fucking car wash and shit. Now, I'm not saying fuck him as a person, right? I don't know the nigga. But I'm saying fuck him as a fan of Cheeto Vera. This, I'm not mad at. But this, I'm fucking infuriated. This, oh yeah, by the way, yeah. This nigga should obviously win. Like, it'll be good to see O'Malley fuck this nigga up, I guess. But it's just like, I don't want this fight. This fight was probably suck. It might go to decision. O'Malley might not even put him out like that. It'll be great if he does, but who's to say that even happen? This fight might suck. Like, it might be a total domination by Rufy. Now we got Bo Nickel. And got my boy Dawkins, right? Now, last fight that I saw Dawkins in, I was kind of impressed. You know what I'm saying? I like the way that he was. I like the way that he came out in that fight. Originally, I didn't know too much about him. I still don't really know too much about him. But I remember I had to study for him because honestly, actually I'm not going to get into that, but I had to study for him for something, you know what I'm saying? And I was watching his footage and I feel like this will be stylistically a decent fight, but I feel like if anybody might come out on top in this fight, it might be Nickel. If he doesn't choke you. I feel like if Nickel just comes out a lot more explosive, utilizes that wrestling that he has, and, you know, threatens that overhand, commits to the low, to the shot low, to the shot, shoot a low single, he can definitely commit to that and possibly just drain this guy down for the rest of the fight, utilize ground and pound, beat him out, get a TKO win. I can see that happening. Do I like this fight? Bo Nickel, I feel like he was bound to be in this shit either way as well. But I feel like everybody that was supposed to be set in stone on this fight card is O'Malley, Chandler, and Nickel, right? Like, that was supposed to be set in stone from the jump. Everybody wanted Pereira there too. You can possibly say, like, yeah, this is set in stone as well. But O'Malley and Nickel, like, and Chandler, like for sure, like they were supposed to have been be in this card. We was hoping to see Carter McGregor here, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not so sure what we wanted out of Bo Nickel. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a fight out of Hamzat or something like that. But even then, it's just like, what? Honestly, that would have been a better fight. But Nickel doesn't deserve it. Definitely far, 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 far away from a title shot. But he was expected to be close there by now, the way that they hyped him up, and he couldn't do it against the Ritter, and the Ritter just got dominated. Not dominated, but 2-1 against Kyle Berhalio. So yeah, it's a shame, bro. I don't like this fight. I feel like Nico can definitely get that in the bag, but I don't like this fight. And then Lopez versus Garcia, like I fuck with Diego Lopez, but it's like just the amount of frequency that we have this guy at. You know what I'm saying? See this guy fight all the time. It's like, do we really need this, bro? Like, take a break, bro. Take a break. Like, we don't need to see this all the time. I mean, this is a crazy dog fight. I feel like this fight could definitely be insane to see, but I could also see Lopez just finishing this fight OD early, and it's just like, cool, 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 cool. Diego Lopez just fucked somebody up again. Like as if this guy wasn't the top contender against Volk. You know what I'm saying? As if this guy wasn't supposed to be the champion. As if this guy isn't the second best in the division. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we know about Diego Lopez. Why are we putting him up against Garcia in this fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's just so many better options here. And just Dana White. I mean, Dana White says he's not in charge of the matchmaking anymore, but it's just like, what are we doing, bro? Like, this is not. This is not the best card. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Again, I love this fight for sure, but the rest of this card, I'm not a huge fan of. We all know Chandler might lose this fight. It might not even be that exciting. And if anything, the most highlight worthy thing that happens in that fight is going to be because of Rufy and not Chandler. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. But I like this fight, though. Please keep this fight. I hope this fight doesn't fall through. I need that fight. I would love to see that fight go down. If Pereira can be gone, that would be huge. And I can see Pereira just finishing his career out in heavyweight. And to see him against John Jones, I would love to see Pereira just fucking go balls to the wall and just go for a knockout. Just fucking try to sleep this nigga. Just try to sleep this nigga John Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck all that skill shit. Don't try to wait any. Don't give him any opportunity to find out anything. Just blitz and just destroy him, bro. Listen, one thing that can beat anybody with technique is throwing them off with the most unorthodox shit. That's why DDP is so good at what he does, right? Imagine if Pereira just went balls to the wall and just blah 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 blah. Just put it on him. You feel me? Like, that would be a great fight to see. Pereira just absolutely sleeping John Jones for the official heavyweight championship belt. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Tom Aspinall. I forgot about this fucking nigga. Yeah, Tom Aspinall too. Like this, bro. I don't listen, bro. Vacate the belt, bro. Somebody vacate the belt. Just somebody vacate the belt. I don't want to do this whole interim bullshit anymore. I'm tired of this. Oh, I gotta hop out for the rest of this. Hop out for the rest of that. If we're not getting John Jones for the White House card, like, let's just see what happens, bro. John Jones wanted Pereira in the first place, so just take the belt from Tom Aspinall and make these two fight for the official heavyweight championship, and then, hopefully Pereira gets out. We can get John Jones versus Pereira, like John Jones wanted, like how a lot of people wanted, and then we can see a good thing. Because again, that's what I wanted. If Pereira was to go against John Jones, I would want to see him win another fight in heavyweight, a fight in heavyweight first, then fight John Jones. I don't want to see Pereira just at his first heavyweight fight go against the supposed the alleged greatest fighter of all time. Like, fuck that, no. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and again, like in even if Pereira was to lose this fight, it would be great to see Gon versus Pereira too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Gon versus John Jones too. Sorry. So it's like, yeah, like, let's see where Gon is at. Let's see if he can, you know, go in and out like how he did with Tom Aspinall and pick him apart, because everybody was so adamant in picking Tom Aspinall as the favorite against the fight against John Jones. And after seeing what Gon did in the first round against Tom Aspinall, looking very impressive, even though the striking wasn't that far apart, I don't give a fuck. Gon looked amazing in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be good to see that rematch happen either way. So it's like this is good. But Tom Aspinall needs to vacate that belt because guess what? I don't see him coming back anytime soon. And he says he's ready to fight. But I think considering the fact that he is in the UK, you know what I'm saying? Considering the fact that I think Dana White personally doesn't fuck with the nigga at all, I feel like they should definitely just vacate that belt from him or something like that if he doesn't decide to come back. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Pereira versus Tom Aspinall, that would be an interesting fight, I suppose, right? Power versus power. Two different fighting styles, definitely. These are two guys that definitely drop their hands a lot, you know, leave their chin wide open in the air. So knockouts is definitely a possibility in this fight. But I can sense a scary fight in the two as well. You know, I could see both of them acknowledging that they both have power and fighting like some scary ass niggas, just like Ngannou versus Derek Lewis, for example. So personally, I would like to see a fight like this, you know what I'm saying, for an official belt. And then John Jones is like, I'm coming back, I'm coming back. Fuck this arthritis shit, I'm coming back. And then fights my boy, hopefully, my boy Pereira for the heavyweight belt. But no, this suffices for now. But this fight needs to get changed. This is cool, I guess. It's cool. But realistically, I don't know what the fuck Conor McGregor and John Jones did to not get into this fight, get into this card at all. But we need that. And hopefully this card changes before June 14th, Sunday, June 14th at the White House. So, yeah, but all in all, back to this situation. Max Holloway, bro. Max Holloway. What do we do now? What do we do from here? All right. Devastating loss. Heartbreaking to see. Amazing performance by Charles Oliveira, but all in all, the striking aspect in the UFC is what people are here to see. The striking aspect of the UFC is what people pay to see. When they go to those fights, when they buy a ticket to sit down, when they get their food from the concession stand, when they have their guest passes and lanyards, whatever the fuck the case may be, they have their beers. They want to see an absolute war go down against guys that are known for absolute wars. And if Charles Oliveira was willing to give people fights on the feet, but couldn't give my boy Max a genuine brawl on the feet, it's hard. It's sad to see. I know a lot of people lost money. But still, it's just like, fuck, bro. I expected an all-out war. I expected an all-out brawl. I am happy, again, for Charles Oliveira, but fuck that fight, bro. Fuck that fight. Performance bonus if they get it, cool, copy, that's nice. Fuck that fight. I feel so bad for Max Holloway in terms of, like, where he can go from here. He definitely got clipped a lot, and that point down was just terrible. I don't know, bro. I don't know, but in all honesty, I hope to see a lot of growth going on from here. And the lightweight division is at a absolute shim sham yim yim, shim sham yim yim boing boing, like compling plow. What's Charles Oliveira gonna do next? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're getting Gaethje versus Topuria, I guess what Sarukin is gonna fight the winner of that. So Sarukin versus Topuria, and let's say Sarukin wins, then it's gonna be Sarukin versus Oliveira 2. I feel like Oliveira can definitely beat Sarukin. Maybe that'd be nice. That'd be nice to see Oliveira as the BMF and the lightweight champion. That'd be nice to see. You know what I'm saying? Because we could possibly see Ilya Topuria's reign be defeated, or maybe see Ilya Topuria keep on dominating the lightweight division. But I feel like if he does, it's just gonna be another fucking ping pong back and forth with the rankings again and again and again and again. The lightweight division is so hard to beat out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's so hard to like dethrone the top fives. You know what I'm saying? That's why Ilya Topuria is so special, because he came recently and demolished everything. Like, same thing with Alex Pereira. These guys are revered now. They're seen as legends now because they're pretty green in terms of UFC experience, but they bursted their way through against top level experienced competition. And Ilia Topuria beating Charles Oliveira in that knockout just further boosts his stock after this fight in Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira for sure. Because if Charles Oliveira was able to dominate Max Holloway like this, it just goes to show, like, man, Ilia Topuria is so good at picking his shots and knowing what to do in a fight to finish it. So if this fight ever does happen with Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira again, I can see Charles Oliveira coming to that fight a lot differently, utilizing his grappling again. Trying to muscle that nigga down. Being like, let me go for it. It worked. It worked against Max. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what I could do against Ilya. He's a Greco guy. Cool. He can toss me. Cool. But I got the judo. You know what I'm saying? I got the jujitsu, and I got the wrestling. I got the height. I got the reach. I probably got the strength. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a lot longer, so I can definitely sneak in submissions a lot easier. And he's a lot smaller than Max. This might be a good fight for me. So if Charles Oliveira can give Ilia Topuria a good fight on the ground, cool. But it's like, notice that the reason why Charles Oliveira decided to fight Ilia on the feet is because Ilia's boxing is so dominant, right, that people feel forced to engage in an all-out war with him. Same thing with Pereira. Max Holloway is a great striker. Most strikes in the UFC. OD volume. People expected him to just go crazy with the volume this fight tonight. The thing is that Max Holloway doesn't go ahead and go crazy on that front foot and apply that pressure and just sit on his punches in the middle straight up. He allows time to get used to you, feel you out, get to know you a little bit, utilize his range a little bit because usually he's the taller guy. You can't do that with somebody like, with Charles Oliveira because it's like this is a guy that's pretty much the same size as you know what I'm saying? Beat him in the pocket. That's where he gets fucked up. Now, he has great clinch work, you know what I'm saying? And one thing that he does to disrupt punches is by grabbing you in the back of your neck, going for a collar tie. But it's like, Max, dip your head and go for that overhand. It's like, that's what he's good at. Ilia is good at that. And that's what Ilia did to knock out Charles Oliveira in the pocket. So it's like Dean Thomas was completely on point with that, just like sitting in the middle, sitting on your punches, and just going all out, just dominating him. Charles can just cut low and try to shoot that, but it's like as long as you just threaten those uppercuts, you know what I'm saying? Like keep those legs down, fuck the knees, don't worry about no knees. He's gonna just grab, just threaten those uppercuts, and stay in the pocket, keep in the middle, stay away from the cage, like get him where it's good. You know what I'm saying? And, Max just didn't do that, and his team did nothing. Fuck. His team did nothing. That's not his usual team, is it? That's not the usual corner that he has, right? Like who the fuck was like that? Who the fuck was that? Am I bugging? Like, with all due respect, they gave him no fucking advice. They told him nothing. They was like, yeah, just come out a little bit more angry with this. Give it your roll. You got nothing. You got nothing. The fuck? Are you fucking shitting me? Are you kidding me, bro? The BMF belt, and that's what the fuck you say. Oh, yeah. Just come out there with anger. Bro, give me some strategy. What do you notice? What do you see? Do you see any flaws? And yeah, in a dominant performance, it's hard to see any flaws that Charles Oliveira could have, but it's like, okay, what do you notice that Charles Oliveira does when he throws that hand, right? If he throws that rear hand, does he overextend? Does he reveal his head a little bit more, right? You guys can't see my cursor, but if you look at this picture right here, just look at this picture right here. If you see it here, if Max Holloway just wasn't facing, right, if his body wasn't so bladed facing out this way, if he just stand it a little bit more squared and had this front hand blocking high right here, he could have countered with that right hand and slept him right here. Right? If he sat back on his punches, if he utilized his range a lot quicker, if he wasn't so afraid of engaging with Charles Oliveira, and he just took his time like Ilia Topuria, he definitely could have came in for a counter. Yeah, he was blitzing here, but look, it's pretty good because, again, the shoulder is blocking the chin, keeps his hand pretty decent next to his jaw, but it's like, guess what? His whole face is still exposed, and it's like, if you notice, like, if he just had his eyes open here, full exposure, lead hand can just completely just clip him right there, or he can follow up with that counter with the right hand. And Max Holloway, he was landing shots, but damn, like, He was not. He had no answer for the blitzing from Charles Oliveira. He was landing shots, but his team did nothing to help him at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like fuck. That's what we got to work on from here on out. Max Holloway just needs better ground game, bro. Like honestly, like shit, shit. And after seeing this fight, I can imagine a lot of these jujitsu dominant lightweights coming in and trying to fight Max Holloway, and they're like, "Fuck this! I'm not gonna give you no 10 seconds. I saw what Charles did to you. I'm just gonna fucking wrestle fuck you the whole time." And then the UFC is gonna turn into wrestle fuck FC, bro. Niggas is just gonna wrestle until you can't fucking fight no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, if only we can give a real standing bang fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love to see the exchanges. I love to see the wrestling. I love to see the skill. I love to see the takedowns. I love to see the reversals. I love to see the engagement between two amazing ground fighters. But still, we came here to see some fights. UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship. I want to see some fucking blood. I want to see some hands. That's what I want to see. And if I'm not getting that, I'm not satiated. Fuck nigga, I'm not satiated. But yeah, like devastating loss for Max Holloway for sure. Very very excited for Charles Oliveira going forward. But the lightweight division is at an ultimate like bibbly bubbly pot of like shit right now in terms of like where we're going moving forward. We could see a retired Justin Gaethje after June 14th, and maybe that's gonna add some value to the division. And who knows? Maybe we'll see Michael Chandler retire after the White House card, which I feel like he should. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he really should. Uh, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that's it for me. To be honest, I don't really got much to say. But fuck, this could be good for the UFC to see these amazing grapplers and wrestlers do what they got to do in this sport. But we came here to see some hands, and it would have been nice to see a lot more striking in this fight, for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Yeah, like yeah. See, I sound like what's that nigga name? I sound like Merge Critical. My fault. Safety.